Hi friends, welcome to Agile Automation channel. Today we will evaluate Kishore. He is having around 5 years of experience in testing industry. So hi Kishore, can you quickly introduce about yourself?
Hi, Ajay. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah, myself Kishore. I have 5 years of experience in manual and automation testing. I work on 4 years on manual testing and 1 year on automation testing. Currently, I am working in automation testing. We are using the Agile methodology. In this process, we are using the sprint. We are participating in the sprint ceremonies like stand-up meetings. In the stand-up meeting, they will be track the progress of the stories, and once the stand-up is completed, for the stand-up will be around 2 to 3 weeks of the span. In this time, we need to segregate the test cases and we need to execute the test stories. When come to the automation, we are using the Cucumber BDD framework. In this framework, we need to implement the test cases by using the feature file, and also once the completed, we can use the step definition. In the step definition, we add the major the test data related things, and we need the test runner class. In the test runner class, we actual execution will be flows under the test runner class.
Okay, got it. So how long you are working in automation alone? 1 year. Is it right?
1 year, yeah.
Okay. So you said you are working in a Cucumber framework. So how many test cases you have in your framework approximately?
Currently in my framework, there are the 50 test cases are there.
Okay. So how do you do test reporting?
By using the extent report file.
Okay. So do you have test execution in local or do you have CI/CD pipeline also?
We have the CI/CD pipeline. Once we are using the CI/CD pipeline, the Jenkins will be generate the test reports. Once we are logging at the early morning, we can verify that CI/CD pipeline. So there is some failed test cases are there, fail passed, and it will be generated pass and failed test cases. In that case, we can take the failed test case and we take the tag name and we can filter that in the feature file. Feature file, we can execute that one. We can find that feature file, we can run it, we can run the feature file, and we can find that issue where it is finding. We can debug that particular issue, and we can find that whether it is expert issue or it is any functional change it is happening, we can verify it.
Okay, so how did you know about the failed test cases? So suppose if I
Because
yeah.
for that case, if it is an home page related thing, means we need to mention in the feature file in the @home page. If it is smoke test, means we can mention @smoke test. Based on that, we can run that feature file. Now we can identify.
Okay. So do you know any file? Are you using TestNG annotations in your framework?
Yeah, I know the test engine annotations. Yeah.
Okay. So what are the different annotations in TestNG?
Basically, we most probably we use the before and after and test. Before meant we can pass the preconditions like WebDriver installation, those things, and after test means we can pass that we can close the browser like tear down, close these things. In the test, we need to mention that actual test cases.
Okay, it's before test and after test, right? That one, right? Okay.
Yes, yes, before test and after test.
Okay. So what do you mean by page object model?
Page object model is a design pattern. We can reusability of the code, and we can it will be an accurate. In the page object model, we can find the at the rate find by annotation. We can edit the web element in that, and we can call directly to it.
Okay. So what are the different locators you are using in your framework?
There are the ID, name, linked test, partial linked test, XPath, CSS locators. We are most probably using, but I can most probably prefer the XPath if the ID is not there, because ID is the unique. The ID is not present, I can use the XPath.
Okay, good. So do you know how to handle dynamic web elements?
Yeah, I know that I handle dynamic elements by using the contains start with.
Okay. So what difference you see between relative and absolute XPath?
Relative XPath will be start from the current desired element node. The absolute XPath will be start from the starting HTML starting node. So if any changes are happening, the absolute XPath will be fail. That is the reason I will to prefer the related expert.
Okay. So how will you automate drop downs in Selenium?
By using the select class.
Okay. By using select class. Okay. So how will you select values from the drop down? By using select class, we
Sorry.
can. Uh,
By using the self by index, self by value, self by visible text. First, we can store that web element into the select class. First, select self equal to new select. We can self class. We can create an object. In the object, in the constructor, in the self constructor, we can pass the web element.
yeah, yeah.
So that case, we can use the select reference.
Okay, ma'am. That's enough. Don't miss to talk about select by index and select by visible text also. Okay. So how will you handle alert message in Selenium?
By using the alert class, because Selenium will be work on only the UI based application. If there any third party pop-ups will become, it will be won't work. So that is the reason we can use the signal mechanism. Diverter switch to dot alerts.
Okay.
Raising the alert by accept, confirmation alert, simple alert, and prompt alert.
Okay. So how will you handle keyboard and mouse actions using Selenium?
Uh, by keyboard and mouse actions, there is a actions class is there. By using the action class, we can create a action class. We can pass the web driver as a argument. Then we can use that we can create alert. What is the actions start to perform build element context click or build perform. We can use that. We can achieve that action mouse or actions.
Okay. So how will you validate hyperlinks in your website? Consider there are 100 links in your web page, home page or any pages. So I want to make sure all the links are working fine. So what will you do here?
So for that case, we can use the find elements annotations. It will be find the list of web elements. So then I can use the link to we can work on that one. Like get page source dot contains. We can pass that. We can verify the things.
Okay, just go through how to test broken links in Selenium. Okay. Okay, we have to pass
Okay.
HTTP response and get the response back and validate whether the status code is 200 or not. Okay,
200.
that way we can validate. Okay, so what are the major challenges you have faced in this 1 year of automation you have done?
In the major changes will be like the we can face the most as an automation or manual tester. We can face the test data, the main challenge of the text data. And also for this agile methodologies, it will the documentation is not properly. It will be changed based on that requirements. So the client interaction will be more. The documentations will be changed, and also once the code is changes, a new code will be performed. So there is the environment issue is also facing. This is the most challenges I was facing.
Okay, so what kind of exceptions you see during automation?
We can do class not found exception. Once we run that class in a different environment or something, it will be won't work. At that time, we can find the class not found exception and the element not found exception. If you want to find a particular element is locating, we need to work on that one. At that time, no such element exception is not will be appear. If you are working on a alerts means no such if the alert is not there, it will be found as no alert exception will be occur.
Okay, so is it a good approach to use weights mechanism in our test scripts?
Yes, yeah, because Selenium will be interact browser very quickly. So that case, if there is any loading process is taken, so at that time it will be fail. That is the reason we can use the wait mechanism.
But if you are using wait mechanism, our test execution time will get increased, right? So
Yes,
we are
yeah. For
waiting for
that case,
some elements. So is it good to use implicit wait or is it good to use explicit wait?
explicit wait is better because once the explicit and also we have the fluent wait, it is the child of the explicit. It will be take the pooling mechanism. If the fluent will be find if you find like element for the 10 seconds, if the fluent will wait will be checking for every 5 seconds. If the element is found, it will be won't wait that remaining 5 seconds. It is come out of that one and it will execute the next step.
Okay. So have you done parallel execution?
Yeah, parallel execution by using the grid, we can achieve the parallel executions.
Okay. So you have used Selenium grid.
Yes, yes, Selenium grid.
Okay. So do you know what is meant by parameterization?
Parameterization is nothing but we can pass that explicitly in the parameters in that test parameterization equal to parameters in that one. We can pass the things and we can execute at that time.
Okay, just go through that again and the notes, parameterization, okay, and parallel execution. So do you know what is meant by grouping test cases?
Yeah, grouping. Yes, yeah. Grouping is nothing but we can segregate the test cases and based on our testing we can use that grouping. We can use if you want to run a smoke testing, we can add the group particular test cases who are belongs to the smoke testing. For that case, we can add the grouping for that test case as a group equal to smoke. At that time, we can execute that one.
Okay, ma, good. So how would you rate yourself in Java concepts and Java programming out of 5?
For out of 5, I will rate 3.
Okay. So what are the OOPS concepts you are aware of?
There are the 4 concepts are there, 4 pillars are main in the Java hooks like encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance.
Okay. So talking about inheritance, where you have applied inheritance in your automation?
Inheritance we applied, there is a automation, we have a base class and test class. For the base class, we can segregate all our prerequisites and we can call into the test class.
Okay, good. So what do you mean by method overloading and overriding?
And the method overloading is not in a same class we have a different methods having the same parameter. Sorry, different parameter with the same method name. Then it is called a method overloading. For example, for the framework wise, we can tell if you want to for performing a frame, driver dot switch to dot frames, we can use like by ID or by class name or by web element. We can achieve the method overloading.
Okay. So what are the access modifiers you are aware of?
Public, private, protect, and default.
Okay. So what difference you see between public and private access modifier?
Public will be accessed anywhere. When come to the private, it will be accessed within the class only.
Okay. So what is the use of static keyword?
Static keyword, once we create it as a static method, we won't need to create an object for that method. We can call directly to the class name. Class name dot method, we can call it like this. If you do not create an object, we can create like method equal to new method and we can pass the things.
Okay. So when someone asks about static, you definitely have to talk about memory management. Okay. It saves a lot of
That's
memory.
yeah, memory use. If there is in a class, there is a static keyword is there. First the JVM will be trigger about the static, then only remaining will be executed.
Yeah. Don't forget that word, memory management. When it comes to static, it's really important. And so what is the use of final keyword?
Final keyword, once we declare final as a variable, we cannot change. Once we declare method as a final, we cannot override. Once we declare final as a class, we cannot extend.
Okay. So what are the Java collections concepts you are aware of?
I was aware, mostly I was aware of collections like list is an interface, set and map.
Okay. So what difference you see between array and array list?
Array is an array is an fixed in size. When come to the array list is in growable in nature. When come to the array, only we can pass same type homogeneous functions. When come to the array list, we can pass the heterogeneous functions. And also we can once we declare we can add and delete the things in array list is possible. When it is not possible in the array.
Okay. So have you used set anywhere in your automation code?
Yeah, can use the set in Windows. It will be in the Unix. Set will be do not allow the duplicates. That is the reason we are working on the window handles. The written type of window is a set of strings.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what is the use of hash map?
Hash map is in the key and value pair. We use the hash map for the key and value pair. That is the reason we can use the hash map. For the hash map, we have only the one value. Key is an unique and value is duplicate.
Okay. So where you have used hash map in automation? Have you used anywhere?
Not at.
Okay. So consider a string. Take your name as a string. Okay, Kishore. So in the output, I want duplicate values to be removed. So from Kishore Srinivas, so the I is repeated 2 times or 3 times, right?
Okay.
So I want the duplicate values to be removed and only unique values should be printed in the output. So what will be your Java logic be? So can you explain some program here?
For that case, I can use the linked hash set.
Okay.
In linked hash set, we are working on the characters like linked hash. We can use like and you are asking like only to remove the duplicate characters, right?
Yes.
So for that case, linked hash set, I take the linked hash set and pass the character, and I create a object for that linked hash set, and I use the string buffer. For the why because string is an immutable. When come to the string buffer, it will be mutable. So I create the string buffer and I use the for each loop here. For bracket equal to character ch colon str dot 2 char array. I converting this into the 2 char array, and come to that after I can use the if condition. If that set dot add ch, I take that character ch reference into I pass into it, and I use that ch dot append map that set dot append. Then after I come out of the loop, and I need to print that one.
Okay, you are sure this will work, right? This will remove the duplicates.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, what is the use of string buffer here?
String buffer means we can easily manipulate the string given variable, given value. We can manipulate.
Manipulate in the sense.
Manipulate in the sense we can add and delete. We can retrieve. We can play around. We can use the new. We can alter on these things. When come to the string, it will won't work right.
So do we really have to use string buffer or only set is enough to remove duplicates here?
We can use set is also enough to remove the duplicates also.
Okay. Okay, just do this program in your editor, okay? This commonly asked program in many interviews, remove duplicates, and most of the programs they ask is from strings and arrays. Okay. Okay. So you said you work in Agile environment. So do you know what are the Agile ceremonies you are aware of?
Yeah, we have a stand-up, sprint retro, grooming, and also we have that grooming, sprint stand-up, sprint grooming, retrospective meeting. These are the things I was aware.
Okay. So what do you discuss in retrospective meeting in common? What is the use of retrospective?
For the retrospective, we are discussing most probably the completed sprint, what went well, wrong, what is the imprint, is there any changes for that next sprint, what we need to implement, those things we will be discussed.
Okay, Mahbub. So what do you mean by regression testing?
Regression testing is like once any feature is introduced, we need to check the existing functional flow is working fine or not. That is the reason the automation is come up for that regression testing.
Okay. Just answer like this, to make sure because of new code changes, old functionalities or old code is still working. Okay, that is the purpose of regression testing.
Yeah, old parts will not be affected.
Yes. So, so what difference you see between agile and waterfall model?
Yeah, because Agile methodology is iterative and increment model. Then come to the waterfall methodology, it is a step-by-step model. If anything is happening in the waterfall method, it will be the cost of the project will be increases. So we need to again work from the starting onwards. When come to the Agile methodology, it will be an iterative and increment model. We can easily track the changes within the span of time.
Okay. So also in agile model, we deliver softwares frequently to client. So client will be able to see the working
Yes, yeah.
software from start to end. Whereas in waterfall model, we deliver product only after complete software is developed. Okay. And okay. So so how long you will be having sprint planning meeting? What is the duration of sprint planning?
So,
What is the duration of your sprint
sorry.
planning? Sprint planning meeting.
The sprint planning meeting will be held on every Monday for my sake, every Friday for me. It will be discussed on 1 hour.
Okay, got
They
it.
will be framed a few stories, and they will be moved into the sprint planning. First, we will discuss along with the developer and the Scrum team along with the POs.
Okay, got it. So
They
do you
will
know
be,
what is product backlog?
the prod backlog will be like the prod owner will be keeping some backlogs. Once it is like a prod backlogs. In that backlogs, it was not groomed.
Okay. So consider search functionality or search box from Flipkart or Amazon. Okay. So I need you to write some major test cases to test this search box. Can you explain some test cases?
For the search functionality, we can click on that whether the text box is able to clickable or not. First one, once we can type the search function, like if you want to type anything product in that one, it can able to enter the same text in that search box. And once we click on that search functionality, it will be working on fine. These three type of test case we can verify.
Okay, start by telling about the most important test case. Okay, so when we enter valid data, search results are displayed fine. That is the first thing we have to explain. That is a P0 test case, high priority test case. So
Right, test
this
case.
mouse interaction, keyboard interaction, we can talk in the last part.
Okay.
Okay, so initially when someone asks about test cases, we have to discuss the most important test cases, then major test cases, and finally low priority test cases. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. So I think we have come to end of today's session. Okay, I hope this questions and this mock test will be useful for you. What do you think?
Yes, yeah, it is useful. Ajit, can you please provide the programmings on the strings? I was practicing on duplicates,
Yeah, yeah,
and
sure. I'll share it. Share my notes to you. You can look into that and practice before interviews. Okay.
because because I was struggling on the programmings only, Ajay.
Okay, which means the interviewer is asking you to write
About more
programs. So you
programs.
have to do a lot of hands-on in strings and arrays. Okay, before learning complex algorithm or complex program, just write loops again and again for loops. Okay, so we
Yes.
can. There are some commonly asked interview questions, but there will be like 30 questions. But what if you
Yes.
get another question? So at that time, the hands-on experience will help you. So I recommend you to do lot of loops related programs and lot of programs from strings and arrays. Okay, so I will share the list from my side also. You can go through it.
Okay.
Okay, okay, man. Thanks for joining today. Have a good day. Bye. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ajay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.